Tri-City National Bank, your local carrier dealers, Lakeland University, Z-Bar,
Canton, we're tied!
Cannon and Dunphy, Loyal Family Renovations, Tsunami Express Car Wash, Steam Fitters Local 601, Big Fish Contracting, SVA, a professional services company, WeatherTight, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our friends at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Their concession stand makes you feel like you're at the state fair with something for everyone. Spring Vintage Weekend with the SVRA is up next on May 16th through the 18th. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
This one is way out there and gone.
There's no greater feeling than when your favorite baseball team hits a clutch home run. But wouldn't it be great if you could do that with your business? SVA Professional Services can help you do just that. We pride ourselves in providing measurable results for clients that span a multitude of industries in the service areas of accounting, tax, business consulting, and more. Get your own measurable results by visiting sva.com/home run. We'll see you at the park.
Are you an HVAC service tech with 5 years or more of experience? Ready to take your career to the next level? Steam Fitters Local 601 offers customized training programs designed to help you advance, earn higher pay, and enjoy better benefits. With a clear path to success, you'll get the skills you need for a brighter future. Don't wait. Contact Steam Fitters Local 601 today and start your journey toward a rewarding career with more opportunities. Visit steam601.org to learn more. Steam Fitters Local 601, keepers of the craft, powering Wisconsin.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field, here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
Another series win at home, and this one was a blowout, 14-1 over the A's. It's a happy flight, a happy road trip on the way as the Brewers take care of business against the A's for Sacramento. A 14-1 final today, and what a big league debut for Logan Henderson. We will talk plenty about his day. We will talk about all the records that are broken or flirted with and some of the stolen base stuff that we saw today. Nonetheless, the Brewers get the win. They get ready for their only 3-city road trip of the season. But up next, let's go ahead and hit our highlight recap.
Ready for this?
Out of here!
This?
One of the catches of the year!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
Logan Henderson against the lefty Jeffrey Springs. And Henderson struck out a pair in his first big league inning to get him going. Don't worry, we're not going to play all 14 runs in this highlight recap. It all started with Bryce Terang, a left-on-left start in the leadoff spot. He starts off with a single. He steals second base. He steals third base. But on that throw to third, it's a double steal, and the ball gets away.
There they go. Pitch is a strike. Throw goes into left field. Terang is up, scrambling home. He's going to score, and Yelich into third. Oh, the Brewers with the double steal.
They set the tone early for their first run of the game of what was more to come. William Contreras would end up walking later in that bat to keep runners on the corners for Rhys Hoskins battling with 2 strikes.
0-2 pitch. Ground ball through the left side and into left field for a base hit. Yelich trots home, an RBI single for Hoskins, and the Brewers lead it 2-0. What a great at-bat from Hoskins. Didn't try to do too much.
The Brewers would even add another on a double steal on a ball that got away into center field and a run on a balk. So it's a 4-run bottom of the first inning. Meanwhile, shutdown frame at the top of the second for Henderson. Brewers offense right back to it thanks to a 2-out walk to Bryce Terang. He steals second. That's 3 steals in the first 2 innings of the game. And then Churio made the A's pay.
Springs. Cursory look at second, brings home the pitch, and it's driven out to right center field. Got a little carry to it. Back goes Butler at the wall. It is over the head of Bleday in right center. One hops the wall. Terang around third. He will score. It is an RBI double for Jackson Churio, and the Brewers lead it 5-0.
Lane Grindle's calls there. Then in the third inning, the Brewers continue to score, this time with their only long ball of the day.
1-0. Hit deep left field. Hoskins. Back goes Brown onto the track towards the wall. It is gone. And Hoskins has hit his 3rd home run of this homestand. Just over the fence in left. 6-0 Brewers in the 3rd.
Right before he heads back to Northern California to get ready to see some friends and family. So Reese stays hot. Then in the 4th inning, the Brewers score another run. Durbin was hit by a pitch to lead off the frame. He steals second. Then with 2 outs, a little bit of good luck for Christian Yelich.
Yelich lines one in back of third. It bloops fair inside the chalk, down the left field line, base hit. Durbin scores run number 7, and Yelich is into second base standing up.
Meanwhile, Henderson only allows 1 run through 5. He's back to work in the 6th inning. His pitch count still in a really tidy position. The Brewers are well in control of this game. It's 8-1. Let's go ahead and end his outing in style, right? Strikes out Butler, strikes out Rooker, and then strikes out the league's home run leader.
Henderson kicks, delivers. Swing and a miss! He struck him out! Got him with a changeup, and Soderstrom tosses the bat in disgust with himself. Logan Henderson lets out a yell as he walks back into the dugout, and everybody here at American Family Field at their feet.
The Brewers would add RBIs from William Contreras and Rhys Hoskins and Eric Haas. They batted around in the 7th inning. They went on to win by a final of 14-1 as they dominate the A's. And fun fact, today the Brewers pitching staff only needed 2 guys, Henderson going for 6, Tyler Alexander going for 3. They did not allow a single plate appearance with a runner in scoring position today for the A's. They really did a great job. We'll break it all down as the Brewers win. They get ready to head to San Francisco, and a heck of a big league debut for Logan Henderson. Back with more after this on 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers baseball is here. Time to pick your Brewers games and get back to the ballpark for tailgate traditions and walk-off wins. Don't miss any of the big games or the superstars. And come back for the best giveaways. Where else would you want to be? Brewers tickets for the 2025 season are on sale now. That's every game, all summer long. Get on board for the show today. Grab your seats at brewers.com/ticket finder.
You only get one chance to make a first impression, and that goes double for your home listing, because that's how you're going to get the most value. By having a customized marketing plan specific to your property with professional photos, global marketing, and the built-in experience that Century 21 Benefit Realty has brought to the table since 2004. And being joined with Century 21 just makes all of the above stand out that much more. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
So how is that possible? 1.9% real estate commission? There must be something you're not telling me.
I hear that a lot. The truth is, everybody could do it, but they choose not to because folks keep paying more than they have to. I guess they just haven't heard yet that Century 21 Benefit Realty can make that 1.9% real estate commission promise on the sale of your home and stick to it. So I'd like to think that's going to make your decision easy. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Fun day at the ballpark. The Brewers are in control of this one from the get-go. They ran wild, and Logan Henderson delivered a gem. This is what it's supposed to look like, right? Fun wins at the ballpark. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Jerry Augustine is with us as well. Augie, on any other day, we'd be talking about the fact that the Brewers scored 14 runs, but when there's a big league debut that features 9 strikeouts, we got to talk about the pitching side today, too, because, holy cow, Logan Henderson, we don't know how long he's going to be able to stick around on this rotation, given they're finally getting healthy, but for a first impression, you can't ask for much more of what he was able to do today.
Yeah, he really threw the ball well. The main thing what he did, yesterday we talked about if they could get out and get some runs early for him, he would settle down, throw the ball very well. The Brewers just did that. But he came out that first inning throwing strikes, strike one, strike two, using his off-speed pitches very well. But I really like the way he commanded the strike zone with his fastball, using his fastball in all 4 quadrants, mixing in that changeup. And once he started getting that changeup over, he had the ace sinking off-speed, and really pitched a great ball game.
I mean, it's a freaky pitch. We've heard so much about the changeup. We saw it in spring training of how good it looked at times there. But when you actually are able to dive into the metrics of it, because it's not always widely available in the minor leagues or in spring training, but there is some unicorn aspect to this changeup from Logan Henderson. I mean, he spins it as opposed to, choking it, right? You think of changeups as being a pitch really that just kind of dies when it gets to the plate. In fact, on average, he throws the changeup with a higher average spin rate than his fastball, meaning most of the movement that he's getting out of it is because of the spin he's applying to the changeup. I mean, it's Devin Williams light because he was the same way and how much spin he put on it. There are many ways to throw a changeup, but the fact that he was getting through today's game with virtually 2 pitches, right? Of the 80 pitches or so that he threw today, he only threw 6 that weren't a fastball or a changeup. The rest were cutters and sliders, and those weren't great. The fact that he can go through a big league lineup with only 2 pitches sort of gives you an idea of how elite that secondary changeup is.
Yeah, it's all about location, though. I'll tell you, I thought he pitched. And that's the most important part. When you can get ahead of hitters early in counts, you're going to be successful. But, when I saw the ball come out of his hand, we talked about spin rate. You just talked about it a little bit, Dom. The ball comes out of his hands a little bit like, remember, Fernando Valenzuela used to throw that little, they used to call it the screw ball. And when the ball came out of his hand, the way his hand turned, and the ball had that tight spin, a lot like, yes, Devin Williams, a lot like that, the pitch that he throws, the changeup pitch he throws, but a lot more the way the ball came out of his hand. I thought a little bit more like Fernando Valenzuela and had that little sink pitch that Fernando had. And so I'll tell you what, he got that over the plate. He threw it in good spots. He threw it up in the zone when he needed to. He threw it down in the zone. When you can do that on a consistent basis, commanded both inside and outside, you're going to be successful. He did that today.
When you think of Monday's loss against the Tigers and the doom and gloom that brought for some, losing in the fashion they did, but mentioned it on Wednesday when they won the series and Elvin Rodriguez being able to set up the bullpen for the rest of the day. Tyler Alexander had started that game. And then today, Tyler Alexander gets to return the favor. He sets up the bullpen for this Giants series, going 3 innings out of the bullpen. Now, it helps to be up big by the time he entered the game, but to not have any doubt, to have 5 strikeouts, too, and only allow 1 hit, Tyler Alexander didn't skip a beat in the role that maybe the Brewers scheduled him for as a swingman, as length for games like this, and he delivered his role, too. This was a top-to-bottom great performance, all aspects of the game today, and Tyler Alexander deserves some credit, too.
He sure does. I'll tell you what, you got to like him. There's certain guys you pick up that can do so much for you, and they're so valuable to your club, and that's what Tyler Alexander is. You look at what he did as a starter, throwing the ball very well, and today coming in, getting an old-fashioned save with 3 innings, really throwing the ball. But, again, going back, locating the ball, using the strike zone, using all those pitches very effectively. When you have guys on the team that can both multi-innings, are versatile, and do what Tyler Anderson has been able to do for you, that is really big for your ball club. And like you just said, really saved that bullpen for a tough 4-game series against the Giants coming on.
Yeah, and it's going to be a stretch here where the Brewers, they're in the middle now of 3 of 10 in a row. So they get 4 in San Francisco, 3 in St. Louis before their next off day. So you want to get a breather for your bullpen at any chance you get. We will talk offense. We will talk all of those stolen bases as well. 855-616-1620 is the phone number. Again, 855-616-1620, the Saturday Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Also want to thank Fifth Third Bank. Looking for a local banking partner that truly understands your business needs? Look no further than Fifth Third Bank. With a local team here in Milwaukee, they know how to hit it out of the park every time. For 15 years, they've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making that helps your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. Take a break and come back with more talk, a little offense, because, hey, they did score 14 runs. It's not all Logan Henderson today, but talk about that next on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala, nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ishnala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ishnala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ishnala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ishnala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ishnala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they do it every day with compassion and with empathy. They've got locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. I've been to the locations. I love how they treat the people who live there. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They offer early memory loss classes. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. Kindness at the core. It's Azura Living. Check them out at azuraliving.com. It's Azura.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Get your aches and pains under control. But not only that, regular care with Connect Chiro can bring back your energy. A lot of folks start with headaches, back pain, and shoulder pain. How quickly you see results varies from person to person, but time and repetition are the key to staying on track. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. Connect Chiro docs use a special tool for all your adjustments, targeted results, and a gentler experience. Check out the new location in Oak Creek or get started at GoConnectChiro.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
Another quick note here on Logan Henderson. 9 strikeouts for him. That is tied for the third most in Brewers franchise history in a player's big league debut. So congratulations to him on that front. He earns his first big league win. Tyler Alexander earns his first big league save. But the offense has to be part of the story too, right, Augie? Because they score 14 runs and they only hit 1 homer. It was a solo homer too. So 13 runs scored by manufacturing runs. Now, anytime you get into the double digits, you're doing something great. But this is Murph ball. This is Brewers baseball. Stealing bags, putting the ball in play. They only struck out 3 times today, even drew 7 walks, applying pressure all night long, and you could tell it flustered the A's like they didn't know what was coming.
Yeah, right from inning 1, they became the aggressive Brewers today, and you got on base, and it was so neat, Dom. We talked about what the lineup might look like today, and we talked about Terang leading off, and I'll tell you what, I think he kind of cemented himself in that opening as a leadoff guy. But you take those top 6 guys, and when those guys are swinging the bat, they get something going. This team really provides a lot of strong offense, and they did that today. The stolen bases, setting the stolen base record, not only in the first with the 6 stolen bases, but 9 total. This is just an aggressive baseball game that they picked up on what the pitcher from the Oakland A's had about his left-handed move. They picked up and they took advantage of it, and it really paid off for him today.
Yeah, to tally it all up for the Brewers today, 3 steals for Bryce Terang, 1 for William Contreras, 1 for Rhys Hoskins, 2 for Sal Frelick, and 1 for Caleb Durbin. So that adds up to 8. That is a new franchise record for the Crew. The previous high was 7. And the Brewers, or excuse me, that's 9, I beg your pardon. Yelich had a stolen base in here, too, that I missed. But the Brewers had 6 in the first inning. That's the most they've ever had in franchise history. It's the most in expansion-era baseball that goes back to 1961. Even yet, we don't see stolen base numbers like this for more than 100 years. Going back to like the dead ball era is what we're talking about here. So pretty wild. And a texter also commenting, and it looks like the 1970s Oakland A's. You're absolutely right with how much they've been running as of late with all these steals. If they can play this kind of game, I love it. It's so different from last night. That one is from Doug. I mean, the stolen base, take me in as a pitcher, Augie. I mean, you could tell Springs was uncomfortable with it, but also it wore mentally on Shea Langoliers behind the plate, because I didn't think Springs was necessarily slow to the plate, but it was as much of a steal on the pitcher as it is on the catcher of confidence that even if Springs delivered a pitch quickly, the Brewers felt confident. They saw something in Langoliers that, yeah, he's not going to throw us out, and then it wears on the catcher just as much as it wears on the pitcher.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. I think what they did is they picked up on his knee kick. It was so high, and as you got, like you said, a left-hander, it's tough to move on because he's looking right at you at first base, high to make that move. But they caught something with the height of that kick, and they were off. It looked like each time they stole the base, it was actually before the pitcher started going to the plate. It was something on his delivery that the Brewers picked up, and they started running wild, and it really made a difference. But as a catcher, I'll tell you, when you have to rush, you get out of your natural way you want to throw the ball, that good, quick release, it does make a big difference. And but the Brewers got some great jumps on him, made the catcher rush, he made some errant throws, and I tell you what, it really paid off with that 6 steals early, scoring those runs, 4 runs early, getting the Brewers in a position to win a ball game.
From an offensive performance standpoint individually, I want to point out Christian Yelich's day today. 2 for 3, 3 runs scored, a bloop double, a run batted in, also 2 walks and a strikeout. But one of those hits came when the game was pretty much already in hand, right? It was 8-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and with 1 out, he hits a little dribbler to the shortstop. I mean, routine play, 99 times out of 100, a big league shortstop is going to throw out that guy out. So there's no reason to run hard out of the box. But this is an example of why the Brewers are successful. When Christian Yelich, in an 8-1 ball game, who's already got a hit on the day, he's got a couple runs scored, is sniffing a hit, hits a ground ball straight to the shortstop. The shortstop takes his time. Yelly never took it for granted, busts his tail down the line, gets an infield hit, and it sets the table for William Contreras to get an RBI single as the next batter. It's no surprise that this is the brand of Brewers baseball they play when here is your veteran, your leader of the team, busting it in a blowout game when he's already got a hit in the 6th inning of a game, showing, hey, if you want to just be lazy and take this up the line, you can go somewhere else. But we are trying to score runs for every single inning, and that really spoke volumes to me. It's no surprise the rest of the team takes after it and how aggressive they are on the base paths. But for Christian Yelich to do that, it's a very small thing, and some people may think I'm, blowing sunshine up where. But I really believe that matters, and it's a reason why the Brewers are successful.
I'll tell you, that's the culture. That's the culture that's been going all the way back when Craig Counsell was here. Go out and play hard for each and every inning. You get an opportunity, you play to the best. And, that's just the professionalism that Christian Yelich has. He's a leader on this club. He sets the tone. Everybody looks up to him. And I was so impressed that, like you said, busting it up 8-1, could have jogged it down the line. No, he busted it, and it really helped the Brewers score a couple more runs. So real credit to Christian, but that's the way this club leads. It's really led by the veteran players on this ball club that set that culture.
Yeah, that's my non-conventional play of the game, brought to you by Surfside, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka paired perfectly with a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Take a break, come back with more. The Brewers get the dub 14-1. Talk a little bit about what's ahead, what's the rotation going to look like, and some performances we liked as well on 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. My reverse osmosis system in my house is fantastic. The water I drink, the water we feed the dogs, the water we cook with is crisp, clean, and clear thanks to Guthrie and Fry's RO system. It's technology that's been around for a long time, but it's the best in the business, and Guthrie and Fry will get it to you. It's affordable, it's effective, and you'll feel a lot better. It's all about the science. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice, and my choice is Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
Makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. It's NBA playoffs time. This week, Marcus and Chris give a playoff preview on the pod. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Few texts that have rolled in here from Josh in Greenfield. What a game. The legend of Easter continues. Logan Henderson looked unfazed and impressive. A breakout performance for the offense was a lot of fun to see as well. Didn't the Brewers swipe 10 bases in a spring training game against the A's? I think they stole a lot. I mean, it's spring training. I don't keep track of that sort of thing in spring training, but maybe they set the warning call early. Mason from Green Bay, all-around great performance. Henderson was sharp, and due credit to Haas for calling an excellent game behind the plate with starting pitching help on the way. How do you see the rotation playing out moving forward, especially if Henderson, Patrick, Priester all continue rolling? Thanks for that one. It's a good question, Mason. That can lead us into a little topic here, Jerry. So the rotation is set for the Brewers and the Giants. And this is going to feature the regulars returning for the Crew. Tomorrow, though, it will be Quinn Priester making his third start as a Brewer. Tuesday, it'll be Jose Quintana making his third start as a Brewer. He's been phenomenal. He's not going anywhere. Wednesday will be Freddie Peralta, the opening day starter. And then Thursday, it'll be the season debut of Tobias Myers. So that's 4 regulars that you think of that should be in this rotation. Maybe 3, because Priester was acquired, of course, a couple of weeks ago in a trade. Then you can assume against the Cardinals it would be Chad Patrick in the opener on Friday. But then the Brewers have a decision to make on Saturday. Does Quinn Priester go on the 5th day on a regular rotation, or do you keep a 6-man rotation for a little while here and keep Henderson in this rotation, put Priester to Sunday against the Cardinals, and then you have the off day on Monday to reset everything if you want to make a roster move after that? I said before the game today, Augie, I would be shocked if there's another start for Logan Henderson just because of the way that this pitching staff is going. But to go 6 innings with 9 strikeouts, it's really hard to say thanks but no thanks to another one of those right now.
Yeah, he sure pitched very well. You know what the Brewers do so well, is that they get these guys up to the big leagues, and it's proven so much this season, getting these young kids up, getting experience, letting them feel success, and then make decisions as you go along. I think once this Brewers pitching staff gets healthy, they're going to be extremely good pitching staff, not only as the starters but in the bullpen. But having these guys in the minors that can come up and give guys breaks, like you just said, going from a 5 to a 6-man rotation, you can bring guys up and have guys ready to come and give you a good start like these guys have done. It's going to be interesting to see how they go about this couple next week. They're seeing, are they going to go at 6? Are they going to go at 5? But they're well set. The way they've been throwing, the way the starters have been going, they've just been throwing so well that I think they can go 5 or 6 and they'll make that decision depending on how the outcomes of each of the games are.
Yeah, I think this week really decides it with how much of the bullpen do you need to use against the Giants this week. If you have a couple of short starts in there and you have to pull up somebody that can give you length? Is Brian Hudson going to get back on track? Is Yoel Payamps going to get back on track? Because that's two spots in this bullpen that both those guys only throw one inning at a time and haven't been very effective as of late. So you need to make sure you're healthy in your bullpen and strong if you're going to have a 6-man rotation, because that's one less guy in your bullpen. Of the 13 pitchers, if 6 of them are starters, you only get 7 relievers, and, well, maybe 4 of them are leveraged. So that's how that balancing act happens, and why I thought with Tobias Myers getting activated on Thursday, the Brewers would make that decision with Logan Henderson. But you never know what could happen between now and Thursday. These decisions are not made until they absolutely have to be made. Another thought with the Brewers' offense right now, and something we talked about yesterday, Augie, Bryce Turang in a leadoff spot against a lefty. Tomorrow they're facing another lefty, Robbie Ray. And Bryce Turang proved it once again today. On base 3 times. He added in a sacrifice fly, stole 3 bags. Doesn't matter if he's righty, if he's lefty, if he's purple. He is going to hit in the leadoff spot, and I think this should be sharpied as Bryce Turang's leadoff role.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's proven to himself. I think Murphy's going to test him and give him every opportunity that he can. They stay in that leadoff spot. And I think when they put him there, it just makes that offense so much better. He's done so well. Hitting the ball to all fields, hitting the ball with power, stealing bases when he gets on. He runs the bases very well. So it's good. I think what you're looking at Bryce Turang staying in that leadoff spot for some time.
Yeah, and this is going to be a fun stretch for the Brewers because they get to face a quality opponent in the San Francisco Giants. The Giants, by the way, are up 3-1 on the Angels right now down in Anaheim. But the Giants have been the surprise of baseball. They're 14-7 so far this year. You're facing the front end of their rotation. You're going to get Logan Webb. You're going to get Robbie Ray in a pitcher's ballpark. And, I mean, Jung-Hoo Lee, I can't say enough good things about the start that he's had. He has been incredible. He's 0 for today, but he's hitting over 340 at the moment. I mean, Willie Adames has been off to a slow start for them. He's only got 1 homer as a Giant so far. Their offense is still very good despite Willie not hitting homers. Matt Chapman's a stud. Their bullpen is sneaky great, too. The Giants are going to be a tall task for the Brewers, and it's 4 games at Oracle Park. It's always a tough place for the Brewers, it seems. If you can get out of there with a split, man, I am celebrating that, given how tough of a place it is to play. Somehow winning a series 3 out of 4 on the road, I mean, that's taking gravy on top of this because it's going to be a very well-matched team in the Giants who can pitch it, who can field it. The Brewers, we're going to find out what they're made of real quick.
Yeah, real soon. You're going out the toughest division of baseball, that NL West is really tough. If you look at all the teams above 500. This is going to be a really good road trip, a good testing road trip for the Brewers. Going to be fun to watch.
Yep, all good. Jerry Augustine joining us here on 620 WTMJ. We'll hear from Pat Murphy in a little bit later on as well, some more texts as well. But Augie, appreciate your coverage as always. Hope you have a very happy rest of your Easter.
Happy Easter to you and happy Easter to all. Have a great day.
Awesome. Jerry Augustine, former Brewers pitcher here on WTMJ. Take a breather. Come back with more. A few of these texts, got a couple good questions in here as well. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620 on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
If the amazing regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics provided relief for former pro football player Bobby Carpenter, imagine the potential for your aching joints.
So my knee had been bothering me for a while. I played football for a number of years. I looked at talking to some doctors when I need to potentially have surgery, and I decided hey, let's check out QC Kinetics. I go in there and they look at the knee. Hey, here's the program that we can put you through.
That treatment takes your body's own healing properties and concentrates them at the root of the pain. No surgery or downtime.
The best part was there's no recovery until one day I felt like, hey, this feels like my old self again. I feel better. It's helped me. It's helped my dad. Hopefully it will help you in the same way. My message to them is do not wait. So you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Take it from Bobby Carpenter. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
April Brewers action rounds out with the matchup against the Tigers and Athletics. Catch the series opener April 14th as the first 10,000 fans get a Brewers t-shirt designed by Unfinished Legacy. Then get Brewers collectibles at back-to-back games against the Athletics. First up, Peanuts Night on April 18th, featuring a Franklin Bobble with special tickets. And don't miss a Brewers football jersey for the first 25,000 fans April 19th. Get set for an action-packed April at Brewers.com.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Player of the game poll has concluded. No surprise, Logan Henderson has dominated that over on my Twitter. 86% of the votes. Plenty of worthy candidates. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Spring is here, allegedly, and that means warmer weather is on the way. Is your AC ready to keep you cool? Right now at Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, you can get $25 off an AC tune-up, but hurry, this deal is only good through the end of April. Visit Cider, SEIDER.com to schedule your appointment today. Back to the text line. Also, unsung hero of the year already is Tyler Alexander. That text coming in from Tom from Pewaukee. Lots of thoughts. The pitching roster crunch is about to get real. Love me some Patrick, Myers, Priester. Nice to get excited about somebody with real frontline talent. Starting pitching has been one of the best in baseball since that awful 4-game start. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. Ironically, that 4-game start perfectly coincides with the turn of the calendar to April. So when you look at starting pitchers, since the month of April began, across all of baseball, and this includes today, pulling it up now, the Brewers' team ERA for their starting pitchers in 18 games is 2.14, the best in baseball. 96 and 2/3 innings, 86 strikeouts. They've given up 11 homers. A lot of those are solo. But again, a 2.14 ERA over 96 innings from their starters in the month of April. And that includes a 1 blow-up on Monday from Tyler Alexander against these Tigers, right? So they're finding a way to get things done. They're only getting healthier. The performance should continue to be good. And, I mean, when you're using the guys that were higher on the depth chart like you expected, you're going to get better results. And it makes sense that it's got to this point for the crew. This text from the 414 looks like we have another competitor for our rotation, and I love the day that Bryce Turang and that Churio hit an RBI double. Another text from the 262 talking about Yelich. We were talking about him running everything out. That's how Robin Yount always played, running out no matter where it is hit. This one from the 262. The most encouraging sign is Rhys Hoskins now hitting over 260 and hitting dingers. With Frelick and Turang getting on base, it could be a formidable lineup. I mean, this is what I've been saying since spring training. And I know Rhys got off to a slow start, but now he has a homestand with 3 home runs, and he's starting to look like the Rhys that is supposed to hit 30 home runs by the end of the season. This 1 through 6 for the Brewers, it's really darn good. It does it a little differently than maybe other teams, right? When you have Turang and Churio at the top, Yelly in the 3 spot, he's starting to find his stride lately. Contreras has been fantastic over the last 2 weeks. Rhys had a great homestand. Sal's still hitting over 300. I mean, that 1 through 6 right there, sign me up for that because that's really darn good. I think a lot of teams would love to have that. I mean, in the division, it's the second best 1 through 6, only behind the Cubs. And it's really darn close. They're both fantastic teams. And I love that right now. I mean, the Reds just scored 1 million runs on the Orioles today. But it feels like already in April, you can clearly see a distinction between the Brewers and the Cubs versus the rest of the division. The Reds are going to be okay. The Reds are going to be fine. But you can feel like, okay, that 0-4 start was a fluke. That's not how the Brewers are in the slightest. And now, when the Brewers come back home in 10 days, it will be their first matchup with the Cubs. This litmus test of 2 weeks is going to be very important for the Crew. This one from Nick. Looks like we have already said that one from Nick. Other text here that roll in 855-616-1620. Back to Tom. Do we see Craig Yoho and Ernesto Martinez Jr. next? Yoho sooner than Martinez. I mean, Bowers was kind of in the cooler this series. He got the start on Friday night against the A's, but the defense for Bowers is what they really enjoy. Ernesto still has some work to do at first base. Yoho, I think, I'm kind of surprised he's not here yet, but I think he would be the next guy called up for the Brewers, and they would call him up to have him stay, right? That's the game plan for Craig Yoho. There's no reason to move him down. He just pitched a back-to-back on Thursday and Friday. I wonder if he would pitch today. It's league-wide off days on Mondays in AAA. I do think the arrival of Craig Yoho is imminent. It's not a matter of if, but when for the star right-hander. Let's get to the phone lines as well. Greg in Waukesha. Greg, you're live here on Brewers Extra Innings.
Hi, Dom. Happy Easter to you. Is it going to be ham or turkey or chicken for you when you get, finally get Easter dinner tonight?
I think we've always done ham in the past, and quite frankly, with it being a day game, we did not plan on much in my household today, but we'll be all good. How about you?
Well, today it was actually Mexican. I had tacos
there you go.
from a buffet here. But the Brewers, I want to see your opinion on this. The Brewers right now have a perfect mix of veterans and rookie players. I worry, when you start hearing names like Quinn Priester and Chad Patrick pitching, you wondered at the beginning of the season, who are these guys? And now, who did they just who's been the ninth batter in the order that they just brought up from
Caleb Durbin.
AAA? Caleb, thank you. He's really turned out quite well, though. What do you think about the mix of veterans and rookies? And I wonder if that's hard to manage that in the clubhouse, or I wonder if they all learn from each other. So those are kind of my thoughts, questions today. And just go Brewers. I really believe that I don't want us to be one and done in the playoffs this year. I really believe that we can go far. So thank you very much.
I agree, Greg. Appreciate the call. Thanks for joining us. On the clubhouse relationship of the veterans and the rookies, this was talked a lot last year. Pat Murphy calls his veterans in the clubhouse the pillars of the team, or the guys, quote-unquote, driving the bus. And you got to get on the bus, and you got to contribute to help out the club, right? And those pillars are pretty obvious to figure out. Freddie Peralta, William Contreras, Rhys Hoskins, Christian Yelich, those sort of guys, right? But now, Murph has this perfect blend in his style of being able to, get the most out of a young player, because that's more of his background, and then be able to let the players and the pillars, if you will, police the rest of them on the day-to-day. This is a story that hasn't really been reported sort of on purpose, but I remember when the Cheesehead was a thing, the home run celebration Cheesehead, and the Brewers they got swept in Atlanta. They had some really bad losses. This had to have been end of early 2023, right? And they have a really bad stretch in Atlanta, and there's a moment here, and this is obviously when Craig Counsell was still the manager. There's a players meeting, and Christian Yelich just kind of said, hey, that other team that just kicked our butts, they don't need a home run gimmick to celebrate, and the team just kind of unanimously, yeah, we should hold ourselves to a higher standard. You know what they did in 2023? They ran off and won the division. So the Brewers have a strong standard and a strong belief in themselves, led by the guy we've talked about a lot, Christian Yelich, and others on this team. And it's how you want to roll, right? You look at a team like the A's. Their main veterans in the lineup today, anyway, are Brent Rooker and Seth Brown. On the pitching side, They've got Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, but they don't have a ton of veterans on their team. They're really led by a lot of kids. And you look at Lawrence Butler already signing a deal with a half of a season being great. I mean, the Brewers signed Churio to his extension before he even his big league debut, but it all becomes sort of all right, well, when I'm 0 for my last 30, and I look around at this team, and they're all guys with less than 2 years of service time. Who do I lean on, right? It goes to coaching staff, it goes to veterans, it goes to that sort of thing, because you'd be surprised at how many organizations don't value the personal relationships of a team, of being able to make sure that, the team likes each other. Clubhouse chemistry is a real thing, and I know for a fact Matt Arnold takes that into account anytime he's thinking about making a trade, anytime he's thinking about making an acquisition. How will this guy fit in this clubhouse? And that's why the success has been, this staunch and this strong to this point under the Matt Arnold era, because the chemistry and the leadership that they're comfortable with in that clubhouse. It's a very good question, Greg. I really do appreciate it, but the Brewers have a system that works. It may shock the rest of baseball, but it keeps on working, and there's no reason to count them out until there's a reason to. They're, again, 2 games above 500. Their run differential is back in the positives. They've had 9 different starting pitchers already this season, and now they get ready to, finish the rest of April, maybe on a strong note, and that when the Cubs come to town, they prove, hey, we know you quote-unquote won the offseason. You haven't won anything yet, so let's play ball. That's in 11 days, though. What do you got next with the Giants? So that is on the way as well. Good question. We'll hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, coming up next. Brewers get the win 14-1. Fun times at the ballpark on a happy Easter on 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Is your business ready to take the next step? At Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors is here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise, cutting-edge technology, and tailored solutions to streamline your cash collections, automate payments, and safeguard your assets with top-notch fraud mitigation tools. Contact Fifth Third in downtown Milwaukee today. Let's eliminate the non-value add work so you can focus on what truly matters. Growing your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala. Nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ish Nala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ish Nala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ish Nala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ish Nala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ish Nala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they do it every day with compassion and with empathy. They've got locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. I've been to the locations. I love how they treat the people who live there. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They offer early memory loss classes. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. Kindness at the core. It's Azura Living. Check them out at azuraliving.com. It's Azura.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Other scores in the Central Division today, we briefly touched on it. The Reds dominating the Orioles 24-2. Gary Sanchez had to pitch the 9th in that one. Jorge Mateo pitched the 8th. Wow. Charlie Morton only went into the 3rd inning in that one. Brent Suter started that game for the Reds. 7-run 3rd inning. Baltimore's 9-12. Are we worried about Baltimore? Anyway, the Reds are 11-11. The Cubs and Diamondbacks had a rain delay earlier today. They're still playing. It's the top of the 9th at Wrigley. It's 1-1, and a good game happening. Merrill Kelly had to exit the game due to cramping. He worked into the 6th. Jamison Tyone only allowed 1 run in his 5 innings of work, so that game's all tied at 1. With a win, the Cubs will improve to 15-9, one of the best records in the National League. Elsewhere in the Central Division, the Guardians, defeat the Pirates in extras 5-4 in 10 innings today. As looking at how they won this game in the 10th inning, but nonetheless, Pirates lose again. They are now 8-15 on the season. It was a sac fly for Kyle Manzardo. In fact, this game was sent to extras thanks to another blown save from Emmanuel Clase. Uh-oh. That's panic button central right there for folks in Cleveland. He's got 2 blown saves already. He's already allowed 9 earned runs. He allowed 5 all of last season. And we all know how the playoffs went for Emmanuel Clase. Yikes. Elsewhere in the division, though, as well, the Cardinals got mopped by the Mets, a 4-game sweep, 7-4. They are now 9-13. So there's only 3 teams at or above 500 in the division. The Reds are 11-11. The Brewers are 12-10. And the Cubs are either 14-9 now, so they'll either be 14-10 or 15-9. Let's hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, after today's fun win and a great debut from Logan Henderson.
Did you ask for a better performance from Henderson his first time out?
No, he was great. You guys saw it, 6 innings, and that's the best I've ever seen him throw. I never have watched the success he's had, so it's great to see. Credit to the organization again for what number starter is this for us this year? 9? 9 in April. It's cool. Really, really cool. And I think that they rub off on each other. They see each other getting a chance in the big leagues, and it's kind of cool that did it. Alexander too, giving us those 3, his first career save, and a whole bunch of good offensive things and defensive things. So that's a good, complete win.
What do you think about his plays out there today? Looked like settled in from the start and in control and just rolled.
Yeah, you could tell he was jittery early. You could tell on the bench, and between pitches he'd walk halfway to the mound like he was in Little League, and then come all the way back, and didn't get set on the mound till like 7. So God forbid if he had to shake a pitch. But I think Haas did a great job with him, and he kind of settled down after that a little bit and didn't do that walking, but I bet he walked 4 miles on the mound today. But the kid just executed pitches. He executed pitches. He was great, And Haas, like I said, Haas did a great job. Haas caught him last year in AAA, and a little continuity there, and it was a good thing.
Steals in the first inning, 9 in the first 4. Was there something before the game y'all saw that you might be able to exploit, or just worked out that way?
No, We put the ball in play. We took our walks when we had to. We only had 1 extra base hit until Hoskins went deep. But the first 2 innings, we just put the ball in play and stole bases and did the things we had to do that you can take advantage of when you're out there. So credit to the guys for staying relentless, putting themselves in scoring position, and then of course that's when it happens. Then there's a homer and things like that. But we didn't drive the ball that much. We just won by collecting bases. I think we had Churio had a nice double. Hoskins hit a homer. Yelich's double was down the left field line. Wasn't really driven. Nobody else, I don't think, had an extra base hit that was driven in the gap or anything.
All the numbers were a bit extreme, but at the same time, is that just textbook how your team is going to win games?
I think that's one of the ways we win. We win by collecting hits, taking walks, stealing bases, having the threat to steal, which gives you a better pitch to hit sometimes. And that's one of the ways we can beat you. And you got to pitch and play defense. You have to do that. And to have 9 different starting pitchers in April alone, and what's the date? April 20th. That's there's no other team in the league that's had 9 different starters, even using openers, and we haven't used 1 opener. So,
how did that pressure on the bases affect the A's? Because it looked like they seemed to be rattled, knowing that someone's going to be running almost every pitch.
Yeah, I think it rattles any team. It rattle us. If teams were doing it to us, we'd feel the same way. So our young guys like to run, and they're excited about playing that type of game.
Murphy gave Yelich that off day Monday to start the homestand. Since then, he's been kind of on a tear. He's finished.
Yelich?
Yeah. How much can a day like that go to resetting? And Hoskins do at a huge homestand.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can attribute it to a lot of different things. I mean, Hoskins was hot, then we gave him a day off, and then he didn't have as good a day yesterday, but he came back swinging again. When he gets those hits to right center, he's in a good spot, not punching out. Yelly's just finding himself. He'll get better and better. This guy's one of the top players out there, and he'll just keep getting better. But when he takes his walks and does those things, he's really good.
Murph, you guys have won every series here at home. Just how important is that to just keep stacking up good series?
Yeah, I mean, this environment, the fans are great. Kids are still in school, and the fans are coming out, and that feels great. And they like our guys. They like us playing this way, and they like the temperament. They know the adversity we've been through. They know what we've been up against, and all the disadvantages we might have, and they kind of like to come out and root for us. And,
What does it do for you to have stability looking forward with starting pitchers this week? I mean, there aren't TBAs
Stability?
right now.
Stability? I mean, we got a lot of guys on the shelf, but I don't know about stability. I think that we have, with Quintana and Peralta, that's two at the top, and then, a lot of the other guys are just, Patrick and Henderson are trying to figure out where they fit. Quentin Priester's been here like 8 minutes, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. So I think the stability is in, we have some depth now, and we know there's some pitchers. Tobias Myers on his way back, hopefully Woody after that, and Ashby, DL Hall. That'll give us some real firepower and at least options of what we can do. And depth, which all good teams have, and we'd like to become a good team. I think we'd like to do that. I hope the guys feel that way.
I think they're going to be a pretty good team. I think they're getting on their way. They're starting to figure things out. Things are looking up for the Crew. They get the win today by a 13-run margin. They have a big positive run differential now. Everyone can calm down. Everything's A-okay. Last second text here from Aaron in Illinois. Can Henderson close? He's got 2 pitches. He strikes out batters. Got a logjam among the starters and a little bit of a struggle at the back end. I mean, maybe one day, but if he can throw 6 innings with just 2 pitches, let him throw 6 innings. And that was kind of the point of the conversation with Augie of, here it is, fastball or changeup, and you can't hit either one. You get pretty impressed. Now, if the cutter becomes anything, a little bit more time, a little bit more seasoning. Remember, he's had health issues over the last couple of years, too. He just simply doesn't have a lot of innings under his belt right now. So let him continue to develop and continue to get better. I mean, when Freddie Peralta arrived, he had 1 pitch, right? And then he had 2 pitches. Now he's got 5 pitches, right? So you're able to work on things as you are in the big leagues and have more time, a little bit more comfort to get to that point. When Ashby and Hall come back, that becomes a different story. But it is a fair question from Aaron. All right, let's get ready to wrap up the show coming up after this here on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
A Blaine's Farm and Fleet original story.
Sarah, how are you going to do a raised vegetable garden on this tiny condo balcony?
Grab that Craftsman drill and let's hang that trellis on the ceiling.
We've got the value you need to do things your way. Like all pairs of Skechers, buy one, get one half price. $10 off women's Levi's Red Tab shorts, $39.99. And new Stryker fishing apparel, 20% off.
Upside down tomatoes, here we come.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
That bathroom of yours, its look is more than worn on its welcome. And a remodeling job? Right now, that's just a little too steep for your checkbook. Well, Lester's Glass Service can give your bathroom a fresh new look, an affordable upgrade that can really produce some pretty desirable results. You could replace that drab shower curtain and install a gorgeous new glass shower door. Why don't you come by our showroom in Hales Corners? And when you get here, we can share with you the myriad of options you have available. Decorative glass, stained glass, beveled mirrors, improvements you may not have realized you could do. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service, and glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. You know, my dad Les says, when you're good, you last. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin, the best in the area. They're going to take care of you big time. You want to play pickleball. You want to golf. You want to play with your grandkids in the front yard and do it with no pain. Go to the place that has the highest patient satisfaction ratings and the top doctors in the area. It's Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. I've met the docs. I've walked through the hospital. It's absolutely incredible. They're going to take great care of you from beginning to end. Go to OHOW.com, hit the request an appointment button. OHOW.com, request an appointment.
Who's looking for a better deal? Well, Cousin Sub's $10 meal deals just got better. Available online only. Order your 7.5-inch meal deal today and upgrade it with a large fountain beverage, large fry, regular shake, or regular Wisconsin cheese curds. Prices vary by item from $1 to $2 a piece. Make it better and make it your own way. Now that's a better deal. For further details or to order, go to cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Available online at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world.
Brewers get the win. Nice. Very nice. Happy Easter. Fun times. For the Brewers, we've said it over and over again, the Giants are going to be a tough opponent. They play well. And it's going to be some late nights with the crew here coming up. So if you're listening live, remember to subscribe to Brewers All Access wherever you get your podcasts. All of these shows are podcasted and delivered right to your phone, right to your podcast site of choice. Brewers All Access, wherever you get your podcasts. Because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 8:45 first pitch Central Time. No Brewers warm-up, but we do have post-game shows. The Bucks make things a little complicated, though, as well. In fact, Tuesday we're going to spend the whole day on WTMJ. Nothing to worry about there, but stay on your toes. Like, for instance, next Friday when the Bucks come back home, that game will be on WTMJ. We will be over on ESPN Milwaukee, but that's not until Friday, so make sure you stay in touch with everything to come. This week, all on WTMJ against the Giants. So 8:45 first pitch tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 2:45 on Thursday, as then we'll have a small Brewers Weekly or Brewers Weekly / Brewers Extra Innings to come as shoulder programming before NFL draft coverage on Thursday night, and then the Brewers head to St. Louis for 3 with the Cardinals. So we'll be up late with you this week. Don't worry, we got you covered. We have you here on WTMJ. I'm excited to see Tobias Myers return on Thursday. Tomorrow it'll be Quinn Priester. Really good lineup of pitchers here for the Brewers to find out what they're made of ahead of the Giants series. And if this offense, heading to a pitching-heavy environment, if this offense can, keep some packs. They scored 14 today. Let's hope they can score 14 over the course of 4 games against the Giants because it's a hard place to hit, and you're facing the front end of their rotation as well. Looking forward to reacting to all of it of one of the prettiest ballparks in baseball, Oracle Park, right on the water in San Francisco. Our producer has been Evan Witalison. Happy Easter. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Until next time, keep on swinging.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations